Good morning. Thought I'd just show you kind of my little process here in real time. If you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you probably just see everything in fast time. So I'm going to make a little card holder here. This is Hermann Oak Huckleberry. It's not dyed all the way through, but it does tool, but it is difficult to see. So we'll find out if this is worthwhile on video. So I have a little pattern here on paper that I drew, and then I just put packing tape on both sides. And then I'll take this little stylus and trace it all out. I press down fairly firm. Most of leather work I find is just quiet process. It just takes time, which is enjoyable. Mostly the quiet part. So a part like this, because I drew them so close together, you can decide, do you want this vine to sit on top of this flower and bevel that way, or do you want the flower to sit on top of the vine? And I don't have to decide right this moment. And then I won't put in the border with my stylus. I'll just do that with my border tool. Or you could do no border, but you kind of have to do a border because I tucked this petal underneath. But I could just draw that out like that, and then you wouldn't need a border at all. But you can see, or well, maybe you can't see, it is difficult to see what's going on. But I do have this handy tool. This is the Easy Border from Alden Leather Supply. And Tim and his wife are in Burns, Oregon. And it does make borders really easy. So I'm just measuring, and that's a little bit more than what I want. So simple enough, works like a compass. Just loosen that a little, pinch it together, and then when you're satisfied, tighten it up. And then this rounded part goes against the outside of your project, and then this works just like a swivel knife. So you don't want to be straight up and down, you want to tip it and then pull towards you. And this purple is actually difficult to see, but if you squint just right. And then I like to know kind of where to stop. So I go to the other corner and just make some reference marks. So I kind of just have an idea. And push down. Pull. It's pretty intuitive. And then you got your border in there. I'm just going to round these corners. This is a Berry King swivel knife. I think it's a 3/8 barrel and a 1/4 inch blade. Might have to turn on another little light to shine this direction, but I've got one. There, that might help. I mean, it helps me. And then I was taught, don't connect your lines, your cuts right there, because that'll make that kind of tear up in the long run. And then I know what I'm going to do for the flower center. I'm just going to put in a little circle. And then, so don't connect this, so come out a little bit. I'm going to extend that a little from where I drew it. And then pick this up, kind of fade it in there. So not everything's always the same depth with your knife. And all of these should point into where that center's going to be. And then I'm going to have the flower over that. So I'm just going to cut it a little proud. Fade that one. And then this little swirly swirl. Fades off. And then this doesn't go all the way to that line, so we just start a little shy, and then we got some little vines in here. And then you're all cut in, ready to go. This I'll have to extend up a little, but I can do that later. Okay, that's the process of getting it started. And the next one, I have a little different process than most people, so I'll show you that in the next video. Thanks for watching.